You are listening to an exclusive preview of this week's episode of STF Underground.
One guy who you might not have that much respect for, but you are in danger of telling him otherwise. You have a big match coming up here for Zelo Pro against Simon Grimm, an I Respect You match. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, the Simon Grimm experience has been something. It's been a whole different type of learning and a whole different. I don't want to call it a mentorship because it's not like that, like it is with DJZ. But when you're going toe to toe with someone who's been everywhere, you can't help but learn. And I met Simon Grimm actually a few years ago. He did a seminar, kind of like what I was talking about. A lot of times in the area, they'll bring in these, former WWE, former whatever wrestlers, and you pay money and you show up and you train and you listen and you learn. And those seminars are always worth it. If you can't take something away from being around someone like that for 3-4 hours, like I don't know what to tell you. So I attended a seminar, Simon Grimm's, and then not long after, he got booked for Zelo Pro, and I just started wrestling at Zelo Pro too. It was a new company, and he just randomly made a promo video, and it just basically said like, I want to come to Zelo Pro and I want to destroy Pat Monix. And I'm being 100% honest with you here. Like, this is not pro wrestling talk. Like, I had no idea what that was. I had no idea why he did it. It caught me off guard. Like, it was 100% real. It wasn't like Zelo Pro contacted Simon Grimm and it was like, hey, we got this young guy. We want you to help get him over, like whatever. Nah, like Simon Grimm just posted that video on his own because he wanted to like get booked at Zelo Pro and wrestle me. So that was super flattering, especially at the time. I had very, very little buzz and very little opportunities like that. Like, I wasn't wrestling a lot of top guys. And it just grew into its own thing every Zelo Pro. Like, then there was a scramble match we were both in. Then there was a singles match. Then there was a tag match. Then there was another singles match. And here we are now. What looks like it's going to be the final match in an I Respect You match, where the loser loses by saying I respect you. And I don't think either of us want to say that to each other. So I think it's a pretty poetic ending to a year-long storyline.
Definitely. People can see that. Joe's on Weed Street, Sunday, April 28th, 2 p.m. If you don't have your tickets to that show, make sure that you guys head to that. It's going to be a hell of a show, hell of a match. I saw you guys here in Milwaukee, and just, I mean, the brutality that you guys have towards each other, it seems like it just goes well beyond the realm of wrestling. You know, you mentioned how much you've learned from him, but I also feel that kind of how the despisement goes both ways between you two.
Yeah, and it's the thing. Like, I told DJZ after our match, like, dude, I want to be like you, man. Like, I want to follow in your footsteps, you know. Simon Grimm's the opposite. I don't want to be like Simon Grimm. I don't want to follow in his footsteps. Like, this shit it's as real as it can get in pro wrestling, where we're very different. There's a dynamic there. It's a veteran versus an up and comer. It's a guy who doesn't give a fuck about anything versus a guy who loves this and cares about this and cares about making this better. And I'm standing for something, and I don't know what the hell he stands for. So when this feud is over, I want to be standing on top. Like, I don't care if this is pro wrestling, if this is storyline driven. Like, I want to show everyone that, like, there's still people out here who have heart when it comes to this, when it comes to pro wrestling, and the future of pro wrestling is in good hands as long as you guys keep trusting in people like me who care about this, and I really do, and it's something that I take pride in, and I have done everything I can in my power over the last year to make this story as great and as emotional and as much of something as I could, because there's so much pro wrestling going on right now in the indies where things are just happening and there's no effort.
It's just a boom.
Just matches, just things are happening. People are wrestling people. And I was like, with this one, you know what? I'm going to make this special. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to make promos. I'm going to wrestle my ass off. I'm going to take bumps I wouldn't normally take. Like, I really have put my heart and soul into this feud. And this coming show, April 28th, I believe, Sunday at Zelo Pro Joe's on Wheat Street, you're going to see the grand finale of all of that. And if you can't feel the hunger in my work, I don't know what in pro wrestling is going to make you feel that. So good luck. Like, you might have to go watch like Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair or something, if you, because I can't give you any more than I've given to this feud.
Like what you heard? New episodes drop every week. If you want more content, follow us on Facebook at STF Underground Podcast or on Twitter and Instagram at STF Underground.